What's going on, everybody? It's your boy D to the E, and today we're talking about 1, 2 to the 3 to the right bodyguards. That's right, we're talking about bodyguards in World of Warcraft. Whether or not they're good or they're bad for the game. Let's check it out. So as we see in 8.2, this is the second iterations of the bodyguard system. The first iteration was actually back in Warlords of Draenor. Taking a look at that. Now, I remember this system when they first introduced it back then. Seemed like it was a cool deal. Seemed like everything was going good. But how does this bodyguard system, this extra system, does it really help the game? Is it really fun? Is it something that you find useful, or is it something that you find annoying? I find that there are arguments on both sides of the spectrum, and that's kind of what I wanted to discuss today because I found it interesting. Now, back in Warlords, there were these followers that you could get. Now, I'm not going to really go through the whole system because you kind of know what was going on, right? Y'all got the dealie, yo. I don't got to retype the whole thing. You read the essay twice, reversing back and forth. You already know what's going on. But basically, we got a bunch of people that was following us for some specific reason. They just liked the way we cook macaroni. I'm not even sure what was the reason. They just like, oh, snap. We like this dude. We're going to move into his house uninvited for no reason, and we're going to follow this guy. And matter of fact, we're going to listen to anything he tells us to do. Whatever mission he tells us to go get. You want to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac because you know I love them. Go ahead and take 3 people to do it. They was following us. That was the system. There.
That's all, folks.
Nah, I'm just playing. So back then, you got followers for different reasons. You got them on quest stuff. You got this reward, that reward, and you basically, line them up. And they had different traits that was good. Some of them, this and that. And some of them had what was called a bodyguard trait. That's kind of what we're talking about. That's what the video's about, right? So the bodyguard trait, that was basically like something that would come. He would just be like, "Hey man, check this out. Check this out. I'm not trying to go with them. I don't want to go with them, okay? I don't even know what they're doing, okay? Phil don't wash his shoes. Aretha don't take a shower. I don't even know what's going on. I want to hang out with you. Where you going? What kind of party you going to?" He was like, okay, well, what's going on? What's we trying to do? He was like, I got a car. It's called the bodyguard trait. So I want to go with you. He was like, okay, jump on the train and let's go. So you drop in an imaginary car that don't exist called a mount, right? And y'all go out and you just start doing your thing. Now, the qualities followers started out as a kind of uncommon, beginner new situation going on. And as you level them up, as they leveled up, they had 3 ranks, and as they got different ranks, they got different abilities. I was like, oh snap, I'm unlocking something right now. The lockbox is unlocked, fish is jumping out. Let's make this happen, man. We could be a team. I was like, yeah, we could be a team. He was like, yeah, I'm the bodyguard. I was like, oh, the bodyguard? He was like, the bodyguard. I was like, you got to show me what the bodyguard's all about. But see, check it with me. I liked the Vivian. That was my girl.
What the hell did you just say?
See, check it out. There was only a certain amount of bodyguards, certain amount of followers that had the bodyguard trait. Like you go to Disneyland, that special club you can't get into that you never heard of because you don't got enough money to get into. Yeah, it was kind of like that. There was only a certain amount of them that had that card, a special kind of card that you slid but didn't see him slide it, but they did because it did. When he's punching the code but didn't work, but it did. Yeah, them. See, so those are the ones you had to go out and kind of find and look for. And those are the ones that kind of had like special abilities and what they can do. So I loved Vivian. That was my girl. Let me tell you why. Vivian was cool, a lot of DPS. He was a mage. I was a warlock. I felt like it was a duality going on there. I was like, mage and warlock, we can make some moves. And plus, I was kind of hanging out, and she was kind of spitting some game at me. She was like, hey, psst, psst, psst. Yo, Dimension, I can cast portals. I was like, word? She's like, yeah. Check it out. You can go to my house. I was like, oh, snap, like that? She was like, yeah. Come on. I was like, well, get on to them. Get on the wolf then. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Go ahead, ride on. Even shoot. We can fly. We can do all kinds of stuff. Let's make something happen. Throw some portals real quick. Let's throw a portal party. So when you went out and kind of did your thing, as you killed mobs or whatnot, you kind of leveled them up. But the system got really corrupted real quick. I'm not going to mention no names, but I went to a couple places and where there was kind of insta spawns, right? And at the time, I was playing my druid, and I was just sitting there in bear form, and I was just kind of like swiping stuff, right? Like left to right, ABA start kind of situation. And I was swiping stuff, and things was dying, and Vivian was like, damn, I'm getting all kinds of experience going left and right. I was like, where? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. Well, let's just keep doing that. And I leveled her up, maxed her out pretty fast, and ended up doing it with all my bodyguards pretty fast. Now when it came to like what that actually brought to the table, it brought to the table simply 2 things. 1, you had a bodyguard to be there to help you out, to get you through the hard times and make sure that you got to the good times, right? 2, you had some extra abilities that you could utilize on your own for her, casting portals, being able to, basically bounce back to your base if your health was down. And I thought that was cool. Now, what's the difference between those bodyguards and these followers / bodyguard protectors, whatever you want to call them? Now, these ones that we have in BFA for patch 8.2, they're a little more advanced, right? They done went to college. They graduated. Shoot, they didn't just drop out of high school. No offense, Vivian. I'm just saying, we went through your portals. It wasn't a house, it was a trash bag. I'm just saying, let's tell facts. Let's tell facts. And I'm just, so these ones right here was coming through. I was like, oh snap, these is kind of cool. At first, I ain't gonna tell you, at first glance when I looked at it though, I was like, don't like it. And they was like, no, you gotta give us a chance. We not like your old school video. I was like, how you know about that? They was like, MySpace. Damn, that's old school, right? And I was like, okay, cool. We gonna jump on the bandwagon. Y'all come with me. Let's hang out, right? So we went through Najatar, and I was like, you got to pick 3 of us. And I was like, well, let's go through it real quick. So let's go down the list. Now, once again, Horde and Alliance have different followers. Primarily, you know, they have a couple differences, but for the most part, they're pretty much the same. So we got the Farseer, we got the Hunter, and the Blazeman. All 3 of them, this is for the Alliance side, but I don't play Alliance, I play Horde, so I'm just going to put that next. So we got Neri, Poen, and Vem. Now, out of the 3, you know, basically what makes these different than the original Warlord ones is they still got levels, right? They still got abilities, but it's a lot more in depth, and there are extra things tied to it. It's like a Twilight Zone of things. You gotta like take that web and kind of interconnectedly break it apart and put it back together and think about that twice upside down sideways. Anyways, so basically, you choose one to kind of go out with you. Now, when you do this, they got some quests you got to do. That's how you level them up. You can kill some rares. You can have a party. You know what I'm saying? Try to see if you can create this portal that you supposedly learned from Vivian but didn't do, who never called you at the second date. I'm just saying, not really catching feelings and having hatred off that situation, but I'm still kind of mad. I should call her, though. So for me, I chose Neri. Now, why did I choose Neri? There was no particular reason. I was kind of looking through, and I was like, oh snap, Peon got a heal. So I was like, maybe I could use that as a warlock. And I was like, nah, not really. I kind of got some pets already, you know, doing that thing. And I was like, Vim, he's kind of like a tank, but I already got a tank with my Felguard. So I was like, yeah. I was like, Neri's kind of like a rogue. I was like, a rogue warlock, you know what I'm saying, to make it happen. Got some stuns. Let's work with that. Right, and for me, I kind of went through it with I went through the leveling experience initially at first through PvE because I kind of wanted to get, you know, look at it from a spyglass, but like, let me see real far away, let me see what's going on with this before I kind of delve into it. I wasn't trying to get ganked in the back while me and Neri trying to get accommodated. I mean, how would you like it if you go on the date, right? You order some drinks and some breadsticks, and somebody come bite your neck, you know what I'm saying, right in the middle, she's screaming, everybody going crazy. It's a crazy situation. I don't want that to happen. I owe this to Neri for some reason I don't understand. So I wanted to have a best courtship possible. I was like, let's just go through real quick, you know, so nobody can attack us. Let's see what's up. She was like, you knew Vivian, huh? I was like, what? I didn't know no Vivian. You talking about? I ain't never do that, girl. She was dead. The question is, you know, does this really help the game? Is this something that you really like to do? Is this something that you really like to enjoy, right? So as you go through, they start getting all these different abilities to kind of help you out. Now, let me just talk on one side of the spectrum. For me, as someone who kind of went through and kind of came through and had a kind of a lower item level, starting out, it was nice and helpful. I really appreciated having that extra DPS. The extra stun came. It was valuable in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And I get lonely, y'all. I get lonely. You know, lonelymatch.wow.com ain't got the clientele that I was looking for. And sometimes, you know, you log in and there's nobody online, and your guildmates aren't there, and you're calling everybody, and nobody's answering the phone, and the Twitter feed is down, and everybody at WoW's at the auction house, and you can't get in there because you don't got the right combinations, and you're broke anyway, broke as a mofo, and you don't got no gold, and sometimes you just need an Neri to talk to reconnect with yourself. So for me going through, actually enjoy it because, you know, as I'm going through and she's leveling up, she's getting stronger, I'm getting stronger doing 2 push-ups for no reason, and we just all up, man, up faster, stronger, and you know, it's cool. I like it. Now, as you're going through, there's various ways to gain experience with these bodyguards. They're a lot more in depth. You can't just farm mobs for them and get all the experience and then they're max level and then you're done. You kind of have to, it's kind of time gated in the sense that you go through, right? And, you know, you're doing quests for them and there's only like 3 quests or so available, you know, for them each day, give or take. And that's how you level them up, right? And they get stronger and stronger. Now, I found it interesting that they also added extra incentives, that being toys, pets, and mounts, and all these kind of things with the Najatar 8.2 situation, and then putting some of that stuff through these helpers. So that's like, he was like, I don't even want a bodyguard. Shoot, I got 2 Dobermans that eat bullets for no reason because I got a gun, but I'm a priest. But let's not talk about why that duality doesn't seem to work out in my mind, but it does. You're basically unlocking all these cosmetic rewards, right? So each follower that you choose will dictate what kind of cosmetic you unlock at the max rank or at the rank that it unlocks at, right? So when you reach rank 5, you get tokens that basically increase your rep. When you reach rank 20, as a token of their appreciation, instead of going and co-signing for a new car, they hook you up with a mount. That mount is either the Deep Coil Snapdragon or the Snapdragon Kelp Stalker, because those kind of names just make you feel like you're a Viper assassin. Now, I'm happy that I picked Neri to get the mount because the other ones are just a pet. Now, if you go with the Blazeman or Peon, you get a Brilliant Glimmer Shell or a Luxurious Glimmer Shell. The Farseer and Vrim, they give you a toy because that's equal to a mount. I guess in some people's eyes, it's the same value. So it's the thought that counts. You either get a Carved Charm or the Book of the Unshackled. That's cool. You know, I mean, I like reading. So there's a lot of synergy with playing with your bodyguards and having them go through. Not only do you get that extra help and assistance and, you know, occasional banter, you know, when you stop, they kind of talk to you like, who gonna win the championship, and you like, how you know that? You supposed to be not real? And you kind of get them helping out, you know, with the DPS or the heals or the stunning or the taunting or whatever. But let's talk about PvP. Is this really fun though? Because I feel like, yeah, it might be cool, but I can see how a person would feel like having these guys is more like, you know, I'm a priest or a mage, and now I got an extra pet, basically. I'm looking at these bodyguards as more of a nuisance than helping. I know there are certain situations where people have experienced these bodyguards pulling extra mobs unnecessarily, trying to go stealth as a stealth class, and they're not going stealth with you, drawing aggro. I know people fighting against people that have Neri, especially Alliance, you know, complaining that the stun is too powerful. I mean, imagine this, because and basically you have this extra little person coming through, which is essentially another, another PvP player, even though it's controlled by a computer, and you're coming through and you're trying to fight somebody, and yeah, they might have their own bodyguard as well, but, you know, if you got a really powerful stun, that stun could be the big difference between a PvP battle. And does it take away from true PvP? Does it taint the system? You see a warrior, you're a rogue, you want to attack him. Having these extra bodyguards on the playing field, does it take away from the essence of PvP? Because now you're adding extra variables on the battlefield that are only there when you're a Nagitar. Or does it add flavor? Like when I go to Nagitar, this is how I'm supposed to get down. I'm expecting this because Nagitar is something different, it's fresh, and this is what I'm expecting to happen. I don't know. You tell me. I think that as I've kind of looked through it, I've watched people talk about it back and forth, complaining. I have seen people's cases being pleaded on both sides. Now, you going out and you farming, pulling a bunch of mobs. It's nice to have that extra stun, that AoE root that does damage. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to farm some cloth or what have you, or get your world quest done super fast, this is a good thing. This helps you. You the one. It helps you. This is for you. But if you're the kind of person that, really feels like this is a hindrance, you're that kind of person, have you died to that stun before? If you get rooted unnecessarily, you're like, man, see, if that bodyguard wasn't there, I would have won this fight. But maybe that extra dynamic is cool and actually is good and healthy. Now, do you think that bodyguards should only be specific to a certain area? See, because these bodyguards are only tied to Nagitar. The bodyguards of Warlords, you could take them anywhere in Warlords. They was like coming, they was following you everywhere. They was on a caravan, going with you to the movies, watching your kids, being a babysitter, don't know nothing about no damn babysitting, but was babysitting no matter what. And you realize at the end of the whole situation, you didn't even have no kids. And you're like, how the hell did that happen? Drinking your monsters, not paying your bills, but kind of paying your bills. You was asking them to pay something. They was like, where the bills at? They was with you for everything. You was just putting your feet up on them as a footrest when you was chilling in your bank. I'm just saying, they was with you for everything. These guys, though, they only hear Nagitar. So is it really that much of a big, a big deal? Is it really that much of a hindrance? Do you feel like this is really killing the game for you? Because I think that this is a great addition, personally. I'm gonna just throw my opinion out there, whether you like it or not. It's my video. I don't give a damn. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. Okay, I like the whole system. Okay, brother, get lonely. I'm cool with it. Go ahead, stun him. Stab, stabby. Let's get this done. I think it's cool. Now, Whether or not they're going to continue doing this for further expansions, that's a question, right? I'm not exactly sure. Now, if they put up some kind of system where, it's only for a specific zone, I'm cool with that. I think this is a much better system than that initial, backup, broke down poker table they was trying to put us in Warlords. You know what I'm saying? That table they're still kind of trying to use. It's kind of like that dude that's not invited to the party but hang out in the front yard, like somebody gonna invite him in if they feel sorry for him enough. You know what I'm saying? We still got it there. The table's there, but we're not really paying attention to it as much as they probably want us to pay attention to it because we don't like it. Okay, we don't like these little sub games of sending off followers to go do missions that don't really mean nothing. Make the rewards mean something, then maybe it'll mean something. I'm just saying. So it's just something that I think they're gonna it could be just a test. That's also another thing. This could just be, let's test this out. Let's see how the player base reacts to it. And if they like it, we'll buy them a plane. I'm just saying, you never know, Delta. So, at the end of the day, is it something that really is good for the game? Something that really was interesting? Or is it something that you just, I need to scrap that. This is not working. I'm not having it. I'm a PvPer, PvE. I don't know why you wouldn't like this as a PvEer. I can't see why. I mean, as a demonology warlock, my demons are getting jealous. I'm just saying there is some talk of a strike. I heard, I got the Carfax. I know what y'all talking. And if any of y'all demons watching right now, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna handle this after the show. We're gonna handle this. Meet me in the back after the show, 3 o'clock. But I find it interesting. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. This is your boy D to the E. Just putting it out there for you to see and everybody to live sucker free. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.